Bracing on your interior posts is pretty easy. As you can see here, we've got all our posts up. You're going to use your 2x4s that come with the package that you're going to use later. You're going to run it from post to post at post to post at an angle from the top to the bottom, and then you're going to run a 2x4 out to the outside of the building like we're showing here. Now the reason that you want to put it on the outside of the building, especially on your smaller buildings, as you get ready to set trusses, if you run these bracings to the inside, now you're losing all the room that's inside of your building to set trusses. Now some of your bigger buildings, you don't have that much of a problem because you got a little bit wider widths. But what we always try to suggest is actually doing that to the outside. Like I said, these are temporary bracings, your 2x4s that you're going to be using later on in the building, so don't tear them up. All right, the next thing that you're going to put on is your grade board. Just here to mention a side note, what we use for a grade board is an ACQ band board, 2x10 band board. And this is a little bit different treatment than your CCA post, which is a ground contact post. Our great government decided that with a CCA post, since it's got arsenic in it, if we have a child or somebody decides that they want to go out to their barn and lick their post or chew on that wood for so many years, they're going to get arsenic poisoning. Well, the problem with the ACQ, which is an alkaline copper quartz, it's actually corrosive to metal. And actually it can eat metal up within 6 months or less. And one thing that we're going to show you here in a minute is how we protect that metal where this is going at your skirt board. But for some reason the government said, hey, we need to do this, that it's better than anybody getting arsenic poisoning, which doesn't make any sense to me, but that's our good government. Basically, once again, this is your treated 2x10. What you're going to do at this point is if you have a site we'll use this. That's going to look similar to this. What you're going to want to do is take a look at a high point. If this is our site here, and maybe we're not going to do any fill yet. We're going to do this afterwards with gravel or dirt. What we're going to do is we need to look for our high point on here to start our grade board, which should be up here. You don't want to start it out here because if we start here, what we're going to have to do is go in and do some digging. So what you're going to want to do is find a benchmark, which would be up in this point, bring your grade board across, nail this on here. Now one thing I want to mention is if you get lumber that looks like that, call me and we'll switch it out. Okay. But one thing I want to mention is when you put your grade board on, there's two things. You want to remember is when you put them on, make sure that at the top of your post, if you've got a 10-foot building where your header comes across here, make sure that you have enough room. You don't set this up too far. Even if I had a site that looks like this, that goes all the way across, make sure you have enough room that you don't run out of post. If not, now you got a problem. You're going to have to go back in and tear your skirt boards out, or you're going to have to splice onto the post. But just make sure that you have enough room when you do that. Also, if anybody's doing gravel in their building, or I'm sorry, concrete in their building, the bottom of the skirt board is going to be the top of your gravel, and it's also going to be where your concrete starts. So right here is going to be where your base starts. And then your concrete's going to come up into your skirt board. And this is going to be used as a form when it comes to putting your concrete in there at that time. Also, the nails that you're going to be using on here, in your packages that you actually get 4 types of nails. You're going to get a 16-penny double dip galvanized. That's going to be used for anything that goes into treatment. So all your 2x4 girts that goes on the sides or your skirt boards on the bottom are going to be using these 16 double dip galvanized. And I'll mention where the other ones go here in just a few minutes. All right, what we're doing here, we've got where our grade board's going to start. We've got that. We've transferred to all those posts using a level or a transit. And one thing I want to note here, this is a corner post. What we're going to do is you always want to overhang your skirt board by 1.5 inches. And as you can see here, because this is where the next skirt board comes across, you're going to take and make sure that they're flush. And once again, use the 16-penny double dip galvanized in anything that's going to be treated.